Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Mr. Poke Games, Poke if you prefer. We're back with another Arch Svartalfheim video. It's a little funny actually. So where we left off before, we kind of had a situation to where a base didn't exist, so I made it exist again, or one existed in its place. And we kind of just went on what happened between point A and point B, where we would go from here. Austin's on the server, and that's basically all for the updates. My dinos were still around. Obviously, you can see a couple things changed. Two things happened between last video and this video. One was an attempted recording gone wrong. Unfortunately, it was about... I think it was about an hour 45. I want to say at 2 hours, but I feel like it was like an hour 45 recording. That just got lost to the Matrix, I'll just say, just because video's there, Austin's audio's there, but the second you try to listen for my audio, it's not there, which was either something with my mic or just something with the way OBS received my audio. Doesn't matter, but I can't use the footage because, like, well, there's literally just nothing for like 85% of the video. And I'm not going to pretend that the videos that I make where my commentating gets through, it's 85% of the video is commentated. No, that would be a lie. But it's to the point of where I was watching it and I was like, well, unless they're trying to get ASMR by watching just game sounds, then I think, you know, I should use this. So I don't typically use that footage. But a couple interesting things did happen during that recording. One, big change you should see in my hotbar, but tools bar right now is my long neck rifle. We got the multi-shot rifle back, which means the narcotics mod is back, and you see I have plenty of darts. Me and Austin kind of focused on mass producing as much narco berries and other things as we could. He's got a farm. I'll get into that stuff in a little bit, but yeah. So me and him are kind of working together a little bit, just because we kind of learned that this map in some ways is way harder than we anticipated. For him, it's something. No, not for him. For both of us, it's a map, but we could easily. We could complete by ourselves, but it's much easier to do it together. So we've agreed to kind of work together. Which has helped a little bit because he helped me give me some kibble and other stuff. But yeah, no, it's been really cool. Down there, you see I got a new tech stego. You guys have seen me tame stegos, and tech stegos is arguably one of the easier things. Shoot it down, feed it some berries, bada boom, bada bing. It was max level, or sorry, above max level, because max level is 210. I think it was like 235 when I tamed it. So it was 235 plus about 100. We're talking about 345 or 335. That's its base level. And then you got that Tech Rex over there. It wasn't a high level Tech Rex at all. Like it was not anywhere near max level. I think it was like 180, which is fine. That's perfectly fine, but I got a Tech Rex to replace at least one of the two Rexes we used to have. No, I have not found another high-level Tech Rex. If I did, there'd be a second Tech Rex here. That was part of the last recording that I lost, is me taming this Rex. Because, you know, it's when it comes to things like Rexes and Gigas, you should have that in there, you know? Just context. Context is important. But you guys have also seen me tame them before, and I was like, well, it's not a very high-level one, so I can get over it. Like, let's see, if I use this... Can you... Tamed at 251. So if it tamed at 251, maybe 150, maybe it was lower level than I thought. Doesn't matter. Like, it wasn't a very high level Rex when I tamed it. Means if you get a perfect tame, like a 100% taming effectiveness, you get about 100 levels. So that means it might have been even lower than I just said, but... Regardless. Alright, give me just 1 second, you guys. Sorry about that. Oh, it's fun multitasking in real life. Anyway, so I saw 251 tame there. Now let's look at the tech stego. Got that one tamed. Yeah, it was a much higher, 352. But maybe that means it was much lower than I anticipated. Maybe it was 130 something. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we had it. It's done. But it wasn't a very high level tech Rex. All the other tech Rexes I've come across have also been very low level, like levels 70 or under. And honestly, I'm not planning on taming any of them unless they're like 180 plus, personally. So not too worried about it. You might be able to see something that you've seen in a previous series on top of the dinos at the moment. You got the trough. So that's how I'm currently feeding my dinos. There's a bit of a difference up here. As you can see, I got a different Maywing. That was another part of the video. If you look here on my map, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there, okay? So I'm not just saying this. I'm gonna show you guys. There's something called the elemental cave here on the Svartalfheim. By the way, this is the Fyordur map, so don't treat this like this is the actual layout for the map. It's Fyordur, but whatever, it's glitched on my server at the moment, so just ignore it. But in the top left and the bottom left, you should see something called like elemental mine. Like, there's different entrances to this elemental cave, and this is what you can find. You can find an S Maywing in there. I got a couple. Austin got one that died, and I think he got another one. They are actually rather peculiar, though, even though they can be fairly common. Although I basically found all the ones that we had, ironically enough. Is the fact that you need kibble to get them. So before anybody says anything, Austin has been mass producing kibble like nobody's fucking business. Because I came by them and I was like, dude, I want you to realize these require kibble to tame. And he was just like, that's all you can use? And I'm like, yep, that's all you can use. So he used his Dionysus, whatever the fuck, to make some exceptional kibble, and that's what we use to tame these guys. Because you only need like 2... yeah, I'm just going to say 2. I might only need 1, but I'm going to say you need 2 exceptional kibble to be able to tame these guys. And that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Considering that if you were to tame something like a very high level Rex, Bronto, whatever, you would comparatively need about 6 or 7. So, and that's being a rough estimate, okay? Depending upon the server settings, it can take a lot more or a lot less. It just depends. But with us, it's about 6 or 7, maybe 8, but nothing more than that. I wouldn't think. But yeah, so I got S Maywings, pretty easy, pretty cool. I like the way that they look. There's not really a huge difference as far as stats are concerned. It's just, you know, different luck. Before you tame them, they have better stats in general, but I don't think there's anything too special about them besides the way that they look. And I really do like this dino. It's a cool dino. 376. Yeah, it's already a higher level than my other one. So I got my gas bag here, poison chilling. The reason I'm standing on top of my house is, one, for the kick-ass view. Let's just do Gamma 2. I like Gamma 2. Yeah, I learned that's like much friendlier. Like, look at that. It's so fucking clean. But something did happen that it's going to be a bit harder to explain, and you could kind of see him right there, God Eater, you saw him. I came across something, and I was not in a position to record. Say what you will, but I came across something that I was hunting for in Fyordur that I never fucking found. And I'll point it out to you when we pass by it, exactly where I found them. I found... Ooh, I want to go over there and collect that red. Let's go do that. Let's go do that. Let's just go collect that red real fast. Let's go, baby! Ascendant castrate saddle blueprint. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get over to that red before it disappears. After that, I promise I'll explain everything, but... Date on settle. Okay. Well, I was hoping for something more than that, but that's... Ooh, another red. Let's fucking... Dude, I don't know what's up with the reds. Okay. Usually they're not that common. And I'm sure they're still uncommon, but there's 3. One after the other. I don't know what to say to that. I'm not complaining. But like I said, I promise I'll explain. So in Fyordur, there's a dino that was added because of one of the bosses, and I'm sure some of you are already putting 2 and 2 together. It's called Fenrir. Now, you might be questioning, it's like, why are you making such a big deal over this so-called Fenrir? Well, one, because it's an exceptionally rare dino. I think they're more common on here than they were on Fyordur, to be fair, because as a wild spawn, they were ridiculously rare. Okay, like, ridiculous. But if you're simply talking about, like, I don't know, getting one, you could get one just by killing the boss. You killed the boss, you got one. Bada boom, bada bang. But here, that boss doesn't exist, so you'd have to find them in the wild. And in fact, I didn't even realize they were on this server, okay? I didn't. But one of the mods that I added as Fenrirs, and so I get added the spawn in, which is cool. But I obviously didn't expect to fucking find one. Let me just... Dude, it's so stupid. I nearly killed Austin with that. I fucking love this dude. Hey there. Goodbye. Dude, it's not even fair. I got like 5,000 raw meat in a couple of minutes, which is nuts, by the way, in my opinion. What's that? Sarco, Megalosaurus. Ooh, got some good stuff there. Alright. But I've managed to find a Fenrir. And while I'm actually talking to you guys, let me go ahead and show you if I can find it. Obviously, it's over towards the snow biome, so I'll have to fly over there. Which is fine. My flag pretty much makes it so that I'm impervious to most temperatures now, besides bursting into flames whenever I go too close to heat. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-ba. Always such a smooth ride. Getting up is always a problem. I actually have an idea. Let's just drop down. It's like, what is the easiest way to reach your destination? It's like, well, from the air, it's probably skydiving down. Or at the very least, I can make it easier for myself to point it out, wherever the hell it is. That looks kind of cool. Gotta come over this way. It's like I need to be able to see the snow biome, and it's like I knew I was coming over to the right side, but... Did I go over to the wrong snow biome? It's possible that I did, honestly. These just like 2 different snow biomes, believe it or not. Yeah, I did. I went to the wrong snow biome. That's fine. Let's go to the other side. I was like, something's not adding up here. And it's like, well, there's a reason for that. Hello, goodbye. Ooh. Let's just go over here. Yeah, this is the right side. Okay, cool. Just gonna be chilling like this for a little bit. Okay, that's it right over there. Literally by that yellow drop. That's perfect, actually. I don't think I'm going to find them again, but... So I came out of the elemental cave, which is... What the fuck just happened? Oh, a microraptor. I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? That was insane. Okay. Well, I mean, that happened to me back then, too. But, I mean, it was easier to get around. Right here around this lake... Or not lake, pond, river, whatever you want to call it. It's river. But still, wrong. It doesn't matter. Right around here, I saw two Fenrir's walking around. One of them, very low level. Second one, though, very high level. And when I say high level, I mean like 190, 200, like that range. And I was like, oh, hello. How's it going? You want to be my friend? And I was like, I was so tripping over myself because I'm like, I need to record this, but I can't record this. Austin was sitting there listening to me talking. He was like, what's going on? And I'm like, I may have just found one of the rarest dinos in Ark and I can't do shit about it. He was just like, why not? And I was like, well, because I can't record it. But I'm like, I'm gonna tame them anyways, but I can't record it, which fucking sucks because context is important. And, I killed the one Fenrir that was level 70 because I'm sorry, I don't care how rare it is. If it's level 70, I'm not gonna be able to use it for much of anything. I just won't. Not to mention they were both the same gender, so don't be like, well, you could have bred them at least. It's like, no, I couldn't have, even if I wanted to. Ding. Dude, crap at me? That's interesting. But I don't know if their spawn area is a little different than that, and they just happen to wander over there. I haven't seen another Fenrir since. Which makes me think it might be a little different. Killing all of them. There we go. That's the entrance to the elemental cave, at least it should be. Should we just go down there? Yeah, let's go ahead and go down there. That's fun. Normally I wouldn't, but it's simply to prove a point. Now, I should say that this area is exceptionally dangerous, so that if you do go down here, be careful. Right now, I think we're going out of the blue crystal area, and the blue crystal area has things like shadow mains, which is insanity, because you guys have seen me die to shadow mains in the Fyordur series. Like, I love shadow mains, but still, like, they're just death. They will gangbang you until there's nothing left, and sorry to use that turn of phrase, and I'm sorry if it gets me in trouble, but it's just the truth. Like, when 5 or 6 of them are just ripping you to shreds, I'm sorry, you're just being absolutely fucked. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's just nothing you can do. And you have to hope that your dino is strong enough to kill whatever the fuck's trying to kill you. Well, you're on the ground trying to get up, either trying to run away or trying to run to your dino so you can get on and get the fuck out. Like... There's Polovias down here. There's pretty much anything that you think could kill you is down here. And there's different colors for different rooms. There's blue, there's green, there's purple, and there's red. We're not going to be able to go in the red room because it's highly radioactive. Thankfully, this is one of the more peaceful areas, and I say that even though there's a Ravager right there, which, let me go into it. What level are you? Level 21. 35. Yeah, I'm gonna need to leave this on just because, like, I despise Purlovias. Absolutely despise them. So, also came across where a boss fight is, like Hive Mind or whatever the hell. I know Austin told me what it was called, but I forgot. Regardless, this is where we go to enter that boss fight, which is kind of neat. So there's an extra boss fight, even though there's already like 4 or 5 boss fights. And I'm just like, oh, so we doing that? And he's like, not anytime soon. And I'm like, got it. Duly noted. But yeah, there's a lot of S creatures in here and specific things. And if whenever we're able to make it down into the red area, there's rock drakes and like, why can't I fly? Oh, I'm pretty sure. Is that red? Maybe I came in the wrong way. Because if this is red, I'm gonna immediately need to turn around. Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet as I'm concentrating, just because if this is red area, we're gonna need to immediately leave, because the rads will kill us. Yep. We're out. 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 Otherwise, we will die. And that's not a good thing. Let's not die, please. Also, there are not very many dinos that are immune to said radioactive stuff, like Andrewsarchus, immune. Like, we could ride an Andrewsarchus through there, but an Maywing, no, not so immune. So, came through the wrong entrance. Regardless, though, I did come out of there, but I think there's another way around that I forgot about. Doesn't matter. I did make the mistake of going through red at one point, thinking that maybe it was just a short walk through radioactive, in a radioactive area. Can I not, like, shift anymore? Why is my shift key not working? No, my shift key is obviously working, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to sprint. Can I, like, not glide at all? Like, that's gonna bother me if I can't glide at all. Let's just get out of here for now. But me and Austin basically found all 4 of the exits to the elemental caves. We both died a couple times in there. Unfortunately, that was not the blue entrance. That'll probably be on the opposite side, because the only 2 places I left, there's like a Mines of Moria exit, where you like have to activate via lever in order to get out. There's like an actual cave exit. And then, well, actually no, there's a couple actual cave exits, but I mean, this being one of them, but obviously you'd have to make it through red. And unless you want to deal with radiation, you know, it's just not highly recommended, you know? I would not prescribe that to my patient. Maybe it's something to do with cave flyers, I don't know. Yeah, because now I can do it just fine. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with cave flyers. Because it doesn't make sense that I couldn't do it a couple seconds ago and now I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, don't know what the point of that is, but sure. See you later. That is not worth the trouble at the moment. You're overheating. It's like, I was well aware of that. Got Beaver Dam down there. Got a red drop over there. That was dangerous. Didn't expect a whole team of saber-tooths just to run up on me. Let's do game of 2. It looks so much cleaner. I'll have to readjust my hotkeys later so that it's not as bright, but oh wait, red. We can wait on for that. That is fine. You know what? Let's go ahead and deal with these guys. We might as well. Jeez, man. Gotta love fighting these dinos. Got a pack of alloys. Although that really wasn't that bad. Didn't take down with so much health from my Maywing. Although to be fair, they have been getting levels at a fast pace, and I've been using this Maywing to just murk everything. You know what? 5,000% melee. I don't feel like that's enough. You know, I feel like we need more. Drop metal tools. Drop the stone tools. Keep everything else besides the cloth. Now we can drop that as well. There we go. Let him do his thing. Don't see any more red drops around. But yeah, that's basically what happened off camera. Is tamed some Maywings, got a T-Rex, and got Fenrirs, plural. One was that 190-200. You guys will see me use my freaking spyglass so that you can see as well, like the tame level of them. And then later, I came across another one. But yeah, for the more than how many days has the server been up? Let me just check. For the 2,000 plus days the server has existed, okay, I've come across 3 total, okay, and although it's been in the last 2 weeks, which I'm assuming has been to the mods finally working the way they're supposed to, I just would not wish it upon my worst enemy. Also, there was a passive tame that I got, which you've heard me talk about with Austin before, because during the Fyordur series, he had it. I couldn't talk about it. I was recording, but I couldn't talk about it. I couldn't talk about it because it's something that Austin wants, but now I have, and it's called a unicorn. Now, in case you're wondering, it's like, well, why didn't you record that one? It's like, well, one, like I said, I was, all past recordings I've had, the past, like, 2, okay, sorry, technically it's supposed to be 3, but let's just say 2, just because, you know, I had attempted to record with Austin, and then obviously I lost the recording. Hey, let's just walk over here. It's a very fast way to get back, you know? Just let the momentum carry me. Let's just ram this shit in. Great. But I'd attempted, and I couldn't say anything during the recording. Not that I mean, I lost the recording anyway, but I couldn't say anything at that point when I was playing, just because he wanted one. He wanted it because only one unicorn can exist on a server at any given time. And you might be wondering, well, why is it such a big deal? Why should he care? Why should you care? Why is a unicorn such a good thing? Well, to be honest, I don't care about so much. But he does, 1, and 2. I just didn't do a whole lot with breeding during my last series. It's like I built it up because I wanted it to be this big SMP, but I mean everybody that got on basically fell off. And now it's like people are finally getting on after the servers existed for more than 2,000 fucking days, but you know, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Especially because I almost had to basically restart anyway, so I mean, it's fine. But let me get in here. Actually, let me go all the way down, just because I need to get some water anyway. Thank the Lord for plumbing. Check in here. Is he in here? Yeah. I call him Lance, but this is a unicorn. Now, you might be wondering... Oh, also, just so you can see, I might as well use that. Does it even say unicorn anymore? No, it doesn't. Doesn't matter. This is a unicorn, obviously, if you couldn't tell by the horn. But I was just trying to see if the species would say unicorn. It's an equus. It's a special species of equus. And you might be wondering, like, well, what's the significance of that? It's like, well, if you own a unicorn, you have a much higher chance of breeding doubles. What's doubles? Twins or triplets. When you're breeding between dinos. So just by owning a unicorn and having it out, I have much higher odds of breeding twins and triplets, which means I get much more powerful dinos. It's like, how do you get much more powerful dinos? Well, let me ask you a question. If it's the same time frame, okay, between breeding 1 dino and breeding 3 potentially, and you breed 2 parents, let's just say hypothetically they're both max level, 210, 210. Without them being tech, obviously, because tech can go above, but doesn't matter. Let's just say 210, 210. If you breed, you get one other child that should be at that level, and then you can make them stronger, breed them with one of their parents, and continue on and on. Hypothetically, though, if you were to breed 210, 210, and you had twins and triplets, what you would essentially have if it was twins and you happen to get lucky enough for one to be male and female, you wouldn't have to breed the parents anymore. You could just breed the children once they grew up, which sounds fucked, but keep in mind this is a game. Like, breed them once they grow up, and then you can just go from there. And it's like, if that kept continuing, not only would you save yourself a monstrous amount of time, because there's a long wait time between breeding, I know it's at least 8 hours, and then it also takes time to raise the kid, and imprinting, and other things. It's like, well, when you consider all of those factors, it makes it kind of nice, in the sense that it saves you a lot of grinding. You at least have the potential to get more like innate traits, because the more kids you have, obviously, the more like the higher the odds of you getting some sort of mutation, and if you get a mutation, you can be much stronger potentially. So it's like, if you kept on breeding them and kept on raising them their level and whatnot, like, you could just continue to multiply in a humongous force much faster, but you could also potentially make it stronger. So it's a benefit that you could live without, but it certainly saves you a lot of time grinding. So I plan on using that. And these guys are the ones that I plan on breeding. As you can tell by the very menacing looks in their... I was fucking terrified when I saw them, by the way. I was like, the first one that I saw was this one right here, who I called God Ear, because in case you don't follow Norse mythology at all, Fenrir, people were kind of terrified of him because, you know, he could kill gods. You know, because son of Loki, terrifying monster, all that shit. But he also just looks like something that would eat the face off of a god. Like, look at those eyes. Jesus Christ. Anyway, tamed at 293, so, like, yeah, the 190 range, 180, something like that. Like, it was just a very high level. A very high level. Which is very cool, and you don't need a saddle for them. They have an innate, they're like shadow mains in the sense that they like have like innate, what's it called? Innate armor. Thank you for doing that for me, giving you melee. They sound fucking adorable. I would hug this thing if it was in real life, I'm just saying. Like, if I had it as one of my dinos, I would just be hugging it, even though it probably could tear my face off. But yeah, no, it's pretty fucking cool. And then later I came across this dude. I called him Death, because if you don't think with the black and white makes him look like Death incarnate, I don't know what to fucking tell you. And thankfully one's male and one's female. I think, yeah, when I found this one, both of them are female, so even if I would have killed them anyways. But even if I wanted to do anything, it wouldn't have worked. And then I happened to come across Death later when he fucking tried to murder me. And yeah. So the snow biome has been very lucrative to us, but besides the point, found him in a video, found him outside of a video. I did not find him during a video, but it just, kind of didn't really have time to think. It's like, I either shoot this or I die, and thankfully it didn't take but so many tranks, because this shit, we realized, is pretty fucking overpowered. Like, it's actually a little... I'll show you guys in a little bit. But it's... Because what I was doing at the time, and one of the reasons I couldn't record... Like... How best to explain this? It's like, I lost a recording, which was one reason why there was no recording exists, but number two... It's like, I was doing testing at the time for the fucking mod, and I was trying to see whether or not I was too overpowered to keep in. Because if it was, I would have just straight yoinked the mod and then been like, sorry, Austin, we can't keep it because it's too OP. And it is strong, but you need to grind your fucking ass off for a single decent trach. So, even with the fact that I have so many, it doesn't mean that I didn't spend dozens of hours. Not dozens, that's wrong. But... a very long time grinding just Narcos. Also, I was gifted a lot by fucking Austin, just because I gave him, you guys will see, but I gave him a gift in the Pixelmon series, and he was just like, I'm gonna repay you an arc, and I was like, sure, why not? So, he did. He sure as hell did. I gave him a gift in Pixelmon, which I'm not going to spoil. And, because I don't think you guys know. Yeah, he did join me on Pixelmon, but it might be a week from now before you guys see that. But, yeah, I gave him a gift on there. He's also focused on, you heard me talk about with the Maywing, like the second I told him, because he wanted a Maywing when he first started, but because he was getting around on a Sabertooth and some other stuff. But I basically told him, I was like, hey, well, you know, I found some Maywings down here, but the only way to tame them is with kibble. So he started mass producing kibble. He started mass producing his narco berries, and now he's just constantly expanding his shit. And I think it's to the point now where we won't really have to worry about much until the end of the series when it comes to like narco berries and things that we would need to grind a lot for. Now, are there obviously a lot of other things we need to grind for? Sure. Absolutely. Polymer, metal, other things, but things that we can just, you know, be set up via farm, like kibble, or like narcos, yeah, we'll be okay for a while. And I'll certainly be okay for a while. And so we did some trading. You guys kind of saw that before. We've done some trading, but yeah, that's all that's really happened off camera. Is I tamed some Fenriers, got a T, which by the way is, like I said, is kind of a fucking headline thing. Then I got a T-Rex, got a Textego, got some Maywings, and I say Maywings plural because they're in here because I built this. And before you're all like, you build something off camera, it's like, let's just take a look at what it takes to craft this. If you complain about 50 metal, 7 oil, 9 polymer, 10 cementing paste, I have nothing to say to you. Like, that's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's so beyond nothing that it's, no. It shouldn't bat an eye. And then I built the narco table again, and in case it's a similar question of you built that again, it's like, well, it doesn't cost anything but 20 hide, 5 metal, 50 stone, and 30 wood. Like, there's, yeah. Yep. 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 And let's see. Got plenty of stuff in here. Let's go grab the. I completely forgot to grab the stuff out of our dino up there. Also, I built this, which is just the same cost as a normal smithy, but for the dwarven. Yeah, because I just wanted to see. Maywing. Let's get the perishables out of you. Is that 4,000 Jesus Christ, I swear on all my life that I didn't even realize I had so much. Like, fucking shite. That's a lot. That's a lot of a lot. I didn't even realize I had that much. Well, I did say I went on a killing spree. Like, Senate Sarko. I might be able to use that at some point. We're definitely going to go down into the elemental caves to do some taming here in the future. I got a C4. Oh, huh. We're going to have fun at that later. Yes, we will. That'll be a fun time. Fun, funny, fun, fun, fun. Let's just put that over there. 5,000. Ammunition and resources. No, not that one. Mosasaur, might be able to use it at some point. Parasaur, probably never going to use that. C4 Tars, that definitely needs to go in there. I feel like Austin tried calling me. Yup. Speak of the devil. I'm recording, bud.
Hello?
What's up, man?
Hello?
Yeah.
Me?
Bees, you tried calling earlier.
You on?
Yeah.
What you playing?
Ark.
Oh yeah.
Because I tried getting back on the Pixelmon server, but they're having technical difficulties at the moment, so.
I'm hopping on then.
Alright. Invite me to a call on Discord. Oh, he's gonna do that in a minute anyways. Fun. So, give me just 1 second, you guys. Don't mean to pause the recording or anything, but just make my life a little easier for a couple seconds. Pull him into the call. You guys can listen in. Doesn't really matter. Started a call. He'll join here shortly. But yeah, not a whole lot outside of that. Unicorn, Fenrir, T-Rex. We're gonna start breeding these guys. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Oh, let's do that. I wanted to do it, but I was like, I need to wait till I've done a recording. I can't do it without having done a recording, because if I do it without having done a recording, that will be too much context gone. And I was nervous as shit making this video, because I was like, well, after losing 2 hours of footage, essentially, like an hour 45, it didn't take me long to find the T-Rex. Basically, immediately after that, I started heading towards the caves. Went down into the caves. The caves are humongous, but not as big as you think. And I found this while just wandering around the area where the farms are, like between here and the volcano. Like, this dude was just fucking wandering. Not complaining, but just happened to see him. By the way, it's a passive tame, so you literally just have to walk up, sneak up to it, kind of like you would the Shadow Mane. And then, oh, dude, I forgot I invested, like, so much in movement speed, so it's stupid fast. But it's like, because of that, like, I forget what I used. I think it's like rare mushrooms and like, I'll just say vegetation. I used vegetation, fed it to it, it tamed it. Equises aren't terribly hard to tame, so it wasn't a big thing at all. And if you guys want, I will certainly tame an Equus on camera so you guys can see, but anybody that's ever played Ark knows they're not particularly hard tames. Probably about as easy as getting a Trike or a Stego, just something that's, you know, not like so stupid easy you could do it without thinking about it, but easy enough to where, like, I would not feel the importance of getting it on camera had it not been for what specifically it was. You know what I mean? So, there is that. Now, as to where we go from here, I'll try to be very much more careful with OBS and what I'm doing. I think I've figured out a way to save the recording 75% of the time. I talked about that in a previous video. About like how like I've pretty much figured out a way now to where if I lose my audio, I can save it most of the time. Does it mean that I'll 100% chance be able to save every recording that decides to fuck up on me? No. And do I have like the ability or the time to make up those said recordings? No. So it's just, all I can do is, you know, pray and hope that everything works out. But I hope and thank everybody for bearing with me as we kind of go forward here. But yeah, it's a fun time. Let's, I'm not doing that right now. Not right now.
Hello.
Perhaps later. Welcome to the party.
Well.
Let's see, though. If I go over here...
Are you recording?
Yes, I am.
I have presents.
Trying to think. Oh, let's go ahead and grab that while we're looking at it. Trying to think. Let's see. Also, I did a lot of looting crates off camera, guys, so there's that as well. So in case you see a bunch of blueprints around, I'm essentially just trying to replenish what was lost before, considering we literally lost all of our store items, unfortunately. Ascendant Tapajara saddle. Too bad I'm not really a fan of Tapajaras. That was kind of crazy. Okay. Now the text I go. They're everywhere. These are some beautiful trikes, but 119, 70, just nope. Tried reaching out earlier, bud, but you didn't pick up, so.
Yeah. I fucking took advantage of them passed out.
No, you're good. You need to sleep rather than stay up at 5 a.m. See, I stay up overnight because I'm working. You don't have to.
I do it because it's fun.
You do it because you're a psychopath. Just fucking joke.
Yes.
Just fucking crazy. Anyway. And it could be argued that I'm crazy for having an overnight job, but it's, you know.
Overnight's fun.
I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. It's quiet, not as much goes on, and you're doing a whole lot less work for the same pay. That is the honest answer.
You're supposed to be getting more pay.
You're supposed to getting more pay depending upon the job, but at my job, no. And in case anybody's curious, I'm not really too keen on sharing things like where I live, location of where I went to school, that sort of thing. But I will say, right now, I'm basically working for a security company. So, and it makes it a fun time. Fun time. And the company that I work for isn't particularly keen on giving out any extra money. They hate giving overtime because they hate having to pay people more. And I work, well, where I work, I don't carry a weapon or anything like that, but I'm still paid more than what some people are making in their armed positions just because of my sight, which is a little funny to me, at least. Another Ascendant Tapajara saddle. I'm gonna build a fucking collection at this point.
Same.
I have at least 1 or 2 back in my base already, which means like I probably have at least 4 Ascendant Tapajara saddles. I just, 1, don't really care too much for Tapajaras, and 2,
Are on the fucking map.
I don't even know if they're on the map or not, but even if they were, I wouldn't go out of my way to tame one.
They're not.
Oh, then I can just break it down with the grinder later.
Alpayars or flyers, Bubba.
What was I trying to do? I was trying to do something. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was gonna show you guys how effective the fucking trank gun was. I was like, what was I trying to do? I was like, yeah, I was gonna show you how effective the trank gun was. Let's fly on over here. Flying around at the speed of sound. Sabretooth. Hey, buddy. Goodbye. A for effort, though. Seriously. That's, you know. You try to sneak up on me, I give that a solid 6, you know. 84 Rex. I want to try to tame something that I'd actually want, so let's go a little further. See if I can maybe find something interesting. Interesting. Nope. Nope, and more nope. Okay. Well, let me do myself a favor. Come over here. Maybe I should tame a Bronto for berries, but it would need to be a good level. 135. 210! Max level. Speak of the devil. Alright, never mind. That'll work. If that doesn't work, nothing will. Oh, it's a Yudi. That's what was... That aloe was eating all that meat. Let's kill all these guys. Killed all those raptors. Dude, showing them exactly how overpowered the Maywing is. Fantastic. Alright, there we go. Okay. And actually, do I have anything like that on me? I don't know if I have anything like that on me. No, I don't. How far away am I from my home? Pretty far, actually. Okay. Well, considering the point's supposed to be a demonstration, let me just go ahead and get that over with. Let's put you on passive first, because otherwise you're going to rip through this thing. And look at that. Down for the count. Probably didn't even need that many shots, but it's fine. And in case you guys aren't aware, for a Bronto, you typically want exceptional kibble, veggies, mijo berries. Although if you try to use mijo berries, that shit's gonna take forever. But for video purposes, I will go ahead and do so. Just so you guys can see the most grounded method of doing this at the very least. But I probably only needed like 4 shots, and I just overkilled the crap out of that right there. 1% per berry. That's fucking insanity.
I remember the official servers, it was fucking like a 0.5% per berry.
Yeah, well, this is going to take a while, so you guys have seen me knock it out. You saw how easy it was. I'm not going to make you sit here through 1%, 2%, 3%, just fucking as it goes up. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, and I'll unpause whenever this thing is done taming, because it's going to take probably at least the next 20-30 minutes out of my life. And there's just no reason making you guys sit through that long of more or less nothing happening. Because I don't believe in cruel and unusual punishment. Ooh. Let's see. Does increasing your fortitude make you hotter?
It makes you resistant to hot and cold.
Okay, then I just need to increase my fortitude period. Cool. I'll start working on that more. Anyway, be back in a minute, guys. Alright, guys, we're back. Tiny is tamed. Took a while, though. Get going, put him away. You guys saw me tame him. Austin just swung by and he dropped off a gift for me, which is kind of nice of him. Gave me a full hazmat suit and apparently has something else. We're going to go ahead and fly back to my base. The main reason I decided to use a Bronto as the example as to how effective the Tranks are is because, let's be honest, as far as being able to take Topor, Brontos are one of the best dinos for it in the fucking game. So, if it doesn't take that many to bring a Bronto down, you can imagine how it doesn't take much to bring everything else down. I'd say the only thing that probably has a much higher tolerance is something like a Giga. Like, you would probably need to fire more rounds, but in general, still. It's okay. Oh, is that? Oh, that's just going to lead you to go through the mountain. Oh, that's a Tech Rex. Hey, buddy. This is what I was talking about. These things are not very high level. I'm just going to kill it. Fucking beauty, dude.
I can't fucking tell with these things. There it is. Fuck me. Yeah, that one's fine. So is that one. This one's yours.
Dino doesn't respond to your commands. That's not annoying at all.
Yeah. I need another Yeti so I can start fucking breeding.
I'm gonna start breeding, but it's not gonna be Uties.
By the way, you can breed Maywings.
Okay. Well, I just thought the baby dinos would, one, be adorable, and two, you can make more efficient nurturers if you could breed them. Is that an alpha? That is an alpha raptor. Hello, buddy! You don't seem terribly happy with the fact that I've just gone and attacked you out of nowhere. I expected you to be very excited and happy about that. I like showing how strong my fucking Maywing is. Just body slamming literal just fucking groups of carnivorous dinos. Our direwolf. Ooh, direwolves are fucking cool. I might breed direwolves again at some point. They're not the most effective dinos on the planet, but they're definitely cool. I won't discount that at all. You like? I got a bunch of drops off of that. Don't know how useful they are, but I'm assuming they're pretty much all of my dino. What did you get, buddy? An ascendant crossbow, a bunch of tools that I'll never touch in my life, and a bunch of raw meat. So, all useless. Fantastic. But at the very least, it's worth noting that I did get like an alpha raptor claw or whatever the hell, which can be used at some point for tribute. So it's not like the whole entire thing, the reason for me fighting it was worth it. It's more like, you know, it's sad to think about. There's not a whole lot of point except for the trophy.
There you go. I'm back at that spot where you were.
Oh, I'm going back to my base.
Okay.
Or not, because I come across a berserk raptor. Fuck me. By the way, the difference between alpha and berserk is alpha gives you the trophies that you need to take on for like tributes and bosses. Berserks is like specifically from this map to give you like mineral drops and stuff. It's like I have to time it. You like... Look at that, I got mithril ore, some apprentice stuff. Look at all the raw prime. So in case anybody was questioning my integrity by seeing that I had like 4,000 raw prime, I'm not doing something sketchy. Are you serious? Another berserk? That fucking close? Okay. That's cool. 196 Allosaur. Yeah, no, not touching Allosaurs. What direction to go to my base? It's that way, right? Yeah, it is. Alright. Also, I marked this area on my map mainly because cactuses. So, I'll probably be making a lot of propellant. It just won't be during this video. Probably during either another or off camera, just because it's not hard. They're not hard to make at all. You need sulfur, you get that by fighting magmasaurs. Magmasaurs are found by the volcano. And then you just need cactus sap, and then one other thing. I'll have to check here in a second what the last thing is, but I know that it's... Sulfur is arguably the hardest part, then it's finding cactus, and then once you found those things, the last part I think is easier. Huh?
Oil.
Oil, yeah, and oil is arguably the easiest thing, so... I have more oil than I know what to do with, so I'm not worried about oil. I now have cactus sap, and now that I have sulfur, I'm also not particularly worried about that, which means I can start crafting myself some propellant. Oh, this is your base. Okay. There we go. As soon as I saw
Right,
your
your
base,
base.
I'm like, I know where I'm going. Perfect. There you go, buddy. And let's go ahead and clear your inventory of most of this stuff. Stone items drop on the ground. They're going to get deleted from existence. Seeds drop. They're going to get deleted from existence. Cloth drop. That's going to get deleted from existence. All basically primitive tools are going to get deleted from stem berries. Deleted. Deleted. I mean, some of this I'm fine leaving in, but like some of it's just literally useless. I already have recipes. I don't need all that. Leather. I think I have ascendant leather, honestly, somewhere. Most of this is just without purpose. Now the rest of this, though, I will take and I'll put in the fridge. But for the most part, it's just gonna leave it in there. These the trophies just kind of accumulate. Let's just do Gamma 2. Whee! What you got for me, bud? How? No. I need you're not leaving without context. I need context.
What do you mean? I just kept clearing the cave until it worked.
Did that honestly work?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'm honestly just grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be breeding those motherfuckers here soon. Or not breeding them, but like
I was farming element, and I only ever found the 2. I only found 2 eggs in the entire time I farmed element.
Well, I know you're obviously keeping the better one for yourself, but I mean that's
203.
yeah. I just gave up on finding eggs. So just so you guys have some context, any context whatsoever. Me and him have been unable to find any magmasaur eggs, like, at all. There's a cave over by the volcano. If you guys want, not during this video, but during another video, I'll take you down there. You can go grab some element shards and stuff, and, like, it's not that bad. It's honestly not terribly hard to get down there, in my opinion. It's just dealing with all the fucking annoying dinos, and then once you're down there, you're dealing with 2 huge groups of magmasaurs. But you're probably wondering, if there's 2 groups of magmasaurs, how the fuck can you find magmasaur eggs? Because usually there's nests. It's like, well, great question. But whoever is studious enough to fucking put that together. The problem is that even with all those magmasaurs, their nests were glitched so that they didn't actually spawn eggs. And this is not that uncommon of an issue in Ark. Even though some people might be like, well, that's weird. It's like, no, it happened. Look it up. It's on the forums. People have talked about it. The problem is that it's very hard to fix, or even if you can fix it, it might be temporary or might wig out. Sometimes it can be fixed by people grabbing a whip and using that to pick up eggs. Sometimes people literally have to go to, like, admin mode and fly under, which I did. I went admin mode, I went ghost, and I tried looking under the map. No such eggs. Which eventually just led me to give up. I was like, I'm probably not going to find magmasaur eggs, as much as I'd love to include them in the series. And lo and behold, we find out it's possible. But cool.
It just takes persistence, and a lot of it.
Yeah, you see, I'm persistent, but I also don't have so much time in the world to, like, waste 8 different rounds trying to go down there and find it. So I kind of... Giving up is the wrong word, but I kind of just stopped looking. I was like, I'm done for a bit. I'm good. Just took way too long.
It took me about 5 hours to find both of them.
I'm sure it did. I'm fucking damn sure it did. And bless you for fucking doing that. But because magmasaurs will help us with metal a lot. But because, I mean, and I still have a large use for metal, guys, even if you think I don't, just because I know I had this base rebuilt, and I did that courtesy of creative mode, more or less. But at the same time, like, one, I built what I believed to have been the bare minimum, because I built what I'd had. But to that same extent, I'll also be building a new base later over in the snow biome. Like, I'll be building other bases, so it's like, I rebuilt this, but that's just so the series kind of had a platform to jump off of, rather than, you know, start from scratch. Because I didn't want to do that, nor did I really have the time for that. So, I thank everybody for being with me, but, like, regardless. It's like, I have patience, and Austin knows and should know that the fact that I've dealt with him, even in real life, for so fucking long, because he basically stayed with me for about a month. Like, I have more patience than most human beings for most things. Like, you have to be attacking my soul for me to actually look at you and go, like, I have a problem now. I don't like, it's very hard for me to have a problem with you as a person. You have to be giving me either really bad vibes, or you have to be attacking me. Otherwise, I likely will not give a shit. I typically don't. If you can make me give a shit, then you're the problem. I'm just putting that out there. Like, because literally almost nothing bothers me. Now, there are several reasons for that, but because nobody that could possibly be listening is anything close to a therapist, I'm not going into. And if you are, 1, color me impressed, and 2, enjoy that psycho eval. But yeah, no, I definitely don't have the patience to go through in and out of that sometimes. Actually, no, I do have the patience. I just would choose not to.
By the way, I grabbed the artifact of the strong. That was the most painful experience of my life. I'm never going in unprepared in that cave ever fucking again.
I'm pretty sure there's 2 artifacts in that cave.
Nope.
I might look into that, bud, because I remember at least one of them. No, I'm thinking of Pack. Pack and Immunity were in the same place, or something like that. It was like Pack and something else.
There is only 1 artifact in that cave, and it was painful.
It's the Bug Cave, right?
No, it's the cave where the spiders and the fucking, it's the one off the sword. It's the one where everything
Bug
is
Cave.
level 1,500.
Yeah, it's a Bug
It
Cave.
has snakes in there too.
Yes, but that's
As well as
normal.
onyx.
Basically, every cave has snakes in it.
But dude, that was painful. That's where I fucking died. Honestly, I still have a Fjord Hawk and a fucking Magnamero, or Magnurum, whatever you fucking call it. The dude eats bugs in there.
Negatherium.
Stuck in the cave. Yeah, they're stuck in the cave.
You're not going back for them?
No, not right now. That was so painful.
I'm sure. This man messaged me at like 5 a.m. talking about what he was going through, and I was like, you're still awake? By the way, I'm currently recording this on like a Saturday, so I was like, you're still awake? Now, keep in mind, on weekends, if I work 12-hour shifts. So I was working like 12 to 12. And so he messaged me at 5, and I was like, 1, I expected you to be asleep, and 2, I expected at least to be another 3-4 hours before I heard from him and he was going through some shit. But nope. Even after he told me he was getting off to go to sleep, he was not. Which didn't particularly surprise me, but I was just kind of like, okay. You said that imprinting wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Because you haven't made it so that it's quick enough to. No, fuck.
Let's go ahead and put the Bronto out. Let's see if I have a good Bronto saddle. I probably do. If I don't have a Bronto saddle, I would be greatly surprised, and I do. I have an Ascend Bronto saddle right here. Fantastic! I just love having things pre-made just because I happen to find them and they finally have a use. But that basically makes our Stego irrelevant, but, you know, I'll leave him out for old time's sake. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Got you going over here. Let's just see how, holy shit. I'm not even gonna move him from here. He, literally, his existence right here is just overpowered as all get out. Just swing.
By the way, I don't think there's gigas on this map either.
I don't think there's gigas, but, you know, that's fine. Look how many berries I got. Just, like, didn't even move the Bronto. Got nearly 1,000 narcos. It's fantastic. Now, obviously, if I moved it around, I'd get more. Actually, no, I need to move it. I said I wouldn't move it, but I need to because its tail is basically extending into my base, and that's a little bit of a problem. Just a tiny bit. What I can do, though, is, like, put them, like, over here. But should be fine. I don't need to worry about much. Let's you know, do more health. More health is always a good thing. Do more melee. This is way more effective than trying to use the stegos. But like I said, once again, and I'll reiterate, I'm not really planning on putting the stegos up. It's more of just, you know, leave it out for old time's sake. If nothing else, because the stego has literally been with us since the beginning of the series. So, just like you would appreciate an a fucking military veteran, I appreciate the dino veteran. Just kind of leave him to do his thing, live out the rest of his life, exist. That is fine. I can give you some more health. That doesn't seem like a bad thing. That is strong. Alright, let's go over here. We'll definitely be going into artifact caves and stuff, guys, at some point here, but it's not going to be within the next 2 to 3 videos. I will tell you that straight up, just because we haven't really had enough time to establish ourselves or to the point where I feel comfortable enough throwing my life away. So I will not be doing that immediately. Will it happen? Yes. Is it going to happen right now? No. For a lot of reasons. But what we will probably end up doing in the next video or two is breeding, and we will definitely inevitably end up hatching an egg. It's just a question as to, first off, what? And, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's probably been like, what, an hour and a half long? Something like that. Definitely hasn't been 2 hours long. I would be very, very surprised. That definitely hasn't been 2 hours long. But it's probably been about an hour and a half, something like that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. I just wanted to add context to basically everything that happened between last video, this video, between the base coming back into existence and us kind of, rebooting is wrong, but basically coming back off a hiatus to the server and just working everything out. So Mr. Poke Games, hope you guys have a great day, great night, whatever it may be, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.